Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video doing the ECMWF 42 days 6 weeks okay for today's second video, and focusing on the UK and Ireland as well. It's going to go more or less to the end of January. Can you believe that? Wow. I don't know, so I should get on with that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video was our 6 AM upload, and we've got weekend forecast 10 to 14 days coming for you as well. Please like, share, subscribe on videos. Thank you so very much everybody for doing that. Thank you so very much to ECMWF.int for supplying the charts as well, by the way. Thanks EC. Thank you so much to EC. Everybody say thanks EC. Right, well, here we go then. Going to look at the week 1 mean sea level pressure anomaly from the 19th to 26th of December. Next week, basically, and up to Christmas. Quite an interesting anomaly. Above average pressure, high pressure sitting around Greenland and Iceland. Trough of low across the north and west of Europe. Wow. High pressure on the eastern side of Europe. And so it's actually doing something a little bit like that. So this trough of low pressure will bring in unsettled weather, but it could be a little bit on the chilly side. The 500 millibar height anomaly looks like this, with above average heights from the mid-Atlantic up to Greenland, and a trough of low pressure across the northwest Europe, while eastern Europe has this ridge of high pressure. And so projection and wind flow should be doing something like that. It looks relatively mild from eastern Europe, but it could be colder for northern and western Europe. Temperature anomalies look like this, so yes, a colder than average week predicted for the UK and for Ireland, especially in the north. Coldest in the north, mildest in the south, but even there, it's only close to average. Quite chilly for Christmas and unsettled as well. Look at this, above average rainfall or precipitation. Given that it is rather cold, you know, especially in the north, there might even be a little bit of wintry potential there. Goodness gracious me! I don't know, do you? A little bit of snow maybe for Christmas. Right, well, week 2 is going to be the 26th of December, 2nd of January. Heading in towards the new year, high pressure back towards Scandinavia again. Low pressure becoming a cut-off low down towards Spain and Portugal. So probably bringing like a southeasterly flow. That could be milder, but it wouldn't take much to start getting the wind back into a colder easterly. Again. 500 millibar, I don't know really. 500 millibar height and all looks like that. Above average heights generally all over the place, to be honest. So there's a cut-off low down here. I think that'll probably bring up some minor air from the south by this point. Week 2 temperature and all. It still look rather cold actually. Well. Still a little bit below average for week 2. Most parts of Northern Europe looking a little bit on the cold side as well. It's alright, isn't it? And a dry week as well, so it turns dry between Christmas and New Year. Maybe you get a little bit of gruesome frost and fog, perhaps, as we go towards the New Year. Week 3 will be the 2nd to the 9th of Jan. Now, what's going on here? So we've got some high pressure still around Greenland and Iceland towards Scandi, kind of ridging into Northern Europe as well. Probably going to be a trough of low around here, I would have thought. So still probably bring up like that southeasterly type flow. Again, wouldn't take much though to get the wind into the east. A 500 millibar height on week 3. Looks like that. Anticyclonic really, above average heights. Dominating the weather. The temperature anomaly, it got a bit milder though. It got a bit milder this week, especially into our north and west. So beginning to lose those cold temperatures a little bit. Precipitation-wise, very weak signal, but looks dry on average just out to our north and northwest in particular, by the way. Right, week 4 will be the 9th to 16th of January. Oh, well, now it's starting to go very mysterious, though. So we've got some lower pressure towards Denmark some high pressure in the Atlantic. Could that be time to revert back to like a flat westerly? Could. Oh, well, now 500 millibar heights looks interesting, though. Mid-Atlantic Ridge again. Heading up towards Greenland. High pressure is over here. Presumably, there'll be a trough through there. You would have thought so, wouldn't you? A dip in the jet stream again. So maybe that's going colder again. I don't know. The temperature anomaly, not much of a signal, but a little bit cold out just to our north. But not much of a signal there that week. Temperature-wise, it's still being unsettled as well. I reckon this could be going a bit colder again, maybe into the second week of January. Ooh. Right, week 5 will be the 16th to 23rd of January. Here we go. Oh, that looks quite that looks quite interesting as well, doesn't it? Sort of trough of low around sort of northern Western Europe, high pressure pulled away from us. Yeah, let's have a look at 500 millibar heights. So yeah, we're under a trough of low pressure there. High pressure pulled out into the Atlantic. So, I mean, that might be relatively like a westerly, but I reckon that could be cold, especially if it's blocking, goes in that direction. That could start to feed cold air into that trough, and the trough could become a cold trough. The temperature anomaly shows no signal other than the light eastern and southeastern parts of Europe to be mild. So it does look mild down there, and typically if it's mild like there and there, then this area will tend to be cold. You know, it's one of the ways that the atmosphere balances itself out. And the precipitation anomaly looks rather unsettled. For week 5. Slightly above average rainfall. Precipitation. Right, week 6, finally, going to be the 23rd of January to the 30th. Let's have a look. And again, quite interesting signal. Low pressure, trough of low pressure. Not really dominating not much of northern and west Europe, but this is not a traditional sort of Atlantic-driven type thing. Of the Azores highs pulled away into the middle of the Atlantic, so it could be a cold trough of low pressure that we have there. The 500 millibar height anomaly looks like that places us under a trough of low pressure, with a ridge in the Atlantic and over eastern and southeastern parts of Europe. Depending on how much blocking is going on in that area, it's, it doesn't show any blocking, but if there is blocking there, then we will send the jet stream southwards, and that will be a cold trough of low. The precipitation, don't know what I'm talking about. Temperature is a bit cold average just to our northwest. Mildest over on the eastern side of Europe again. This could be showing to be a cold January. Reading between the lines, it could be shaping up to be quite a cold and wintry January, I think. Precipitation wise, looks like that. So you notice it's wettest to our east. If it's wet through there, you will think we're going to be pulling in winds from a northerly direction. So quite an interesting update from me. This week, quite interesting signals. So we shall see what transpires, I suppose. Right, well, that's it for your EC42 day lockdown. It was good, wasn't it? It went all right. So that's it for that one. We're going to be back later on with the week ahead forecast. And if that wasn't enough, I've got a 10 to 14 data coming up for you as well. So keep checking back to the channel for more. But for this week's EC42 day / 6 weeks look ahead, that's all for now. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.